All right, everybody. So the next thing that we are going to talk about is if country music singers were drinks. And so what I've done is I've pulled up some website that's got the 10 most popular American alcoholic beverages. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put an alcoholic beverage on the screen, and y'all are going to tell me what country singer that beverage represents. Now, it can be funny, it can be serious, it can be anything that you want it to be, but let me know in the comments, what do you think this alcoholic beverage represents and why you feel that way? So number 10 is a Moscow Mule. It's a classic cocktail that was created in New York City in the 40s. Consists of vodka, ginger beer, and lime juice. So the question is who or what country singer is a Moscow Mule?
And let's also talk about the fact that it's properly served in that copper mug that you see pictured there. So that adds a little element of sophistication to it, to the Moscow Mule. Ginger beer, not something that you see. People know a lot about ginger ale. Ginger beer, not a terribly ubiquitous mixer, except apparently for this.
Cyber says Garth Brooks.
A little bit old, like a drink made in the 40s, but with staying power and the ability to be the one that rules them all. Garth Brooks seems like a pretty good.
Have you ever had a Moscow Mule?
Myself?
Yes.
Yes, I've had many mules. I've had a whole pack of mules.
And?
Ginger beer is not my favorite, really.
No,
it's
mine either.
I'm not really. I would rather have ginger ale in a mixer, actually, like John Prine.
Number 9 is Jack Daniels.
Just straight up Jack Daniels, just by itself.
I mean, I'm assuming, Jack and Coke or Jack and anything, because so many people get so many different things.
Yeah, I want to do a follow-up question, but yeah, let's see. Who, Mr. Jack Daniel?
We got Tyler Childers. We got Coulter Wall, George Jones.
I'm gonna say
Eric Church.
Both Eric Church and George Jones seem pretty on brand. I think Coulter Wall might be a bullet bourbon man. And Tyler Childers seems like he likes to drink stuff that's cooked in a bathtub. Or did once upon a time.
Chris
Stapleton.
Jack
Dan coming in. Hot take. Morgan Wallen.
Yep.
I was
gonna ignore him, but you're gonna have to call it out. So thanks.
No, Morgan Wallen is Fireball.
Coulter Wall drinks Canadian Club.
That's a blended whiskey. I'm either George Jones or Bo Cephas. I'm leaning towards Bo Cephas.
You're leaning towards Bo Cephas?
That's my pick. Hank Jr. is Jim Beam. I was going to say Hank Sr. is Jim Beam, but Chaos Boy's got a good, you know what? I back off that. Hank Jr. should be Jim Beam. I think it's George Jones. I think George Jones is Jack Daniels.
All right. It's official. Jack Daniels is George Jones. Let's go to number 8. This is where it might start to get a little fun. Number 8 is a Mai Tai.
All right, now we're about to see how racist you guys are. We're going to find out who's going to really get canceled. Smitty coming in pretty quick here with Kenny Chesney, and I got to say I don't disagree with that.
We got
the only thing that holds me back about Kenny Chesney is what if Margarita is on this list?
Yeah,
at that point, is Jimmy Buffett a country singer?
We got Jimmy Buffett, we got Kenny Chesney, Keith Urban, Luke Bryant, Dan and Shay, Willie Nelson. See, I can't vote because I've already looked at all of the drinks, and I don't want to. So, who do you think out of all of those best represents the Mai Tai? You're the one who's making the final call on all these, by the way.
I'm going to go with Smitty on this one. I think this is Kenny Chesney.
Kenny Chesney it is. Represents the Mai Tai, ladies and gentlemen.
Kenny Chesney got a lot of vacation songs. He's a guy with a lot of vacation songs.
He's had a Mai Tai many a time.
Yeah.
Many a time. All right. Number 7. Sex on the Beach. Let's go. There's a lot of different ways we could go about this. There's a lot of different avenues that could be taken. I mean, my first inclination was to pick somebody who gets laid a lot. I was going to say Zach Bryan, but I ain't going to do that to him. I just assume Zach Bryan is having a good time. Just assuming. He's out there having a good time with that beautiful mustache and that military body he's got going on.
Sorry if your dad's watching the stream.
Love you, Zach Bryan's dad. All right, so we got Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus coming in strong.
Alan Jackson. I don't know if I can get past Billy Ray. I think Billy Ray might be.
I think Billy Ray Cyrus is it. Yeah.
Fun fact, Steve Austin hates Sex on the Beach. All right, that's a good fact. It's a good fact.
Is that Stone Cold Steve Austin, or is it the $6 million man? Is it Lee Majors? Wasn't he called Steve Austin?
I don't know. Then Jay Smitty says Zach Brown, but I think it is official, everybody. Old Billy Ray is going to take Sex on the Beach. Number 6 is a Cosmopolitan.
Oh, come on now.
I don't. Let's skip Cosmopolitan. I don't think that's.
No, we got to do it. We gotta embrace the variety of the show.
Shania Twain is a great shout. Who else y'all got?
I would just leave it there. I think you give it to the Cap on that one.
I think Cap takes it home. That's it.
Yeah.
Done. Shania Twain is definitely
Cosmopolitan and Shania Twain.
The Cosmopolitan. Next, number 5, Tequila Sunrise.
The Eagles, for sure.
Let's see. We got Vince Gill. All right.
What would I associate with Tequila Sunrise? It's hard for me to get away from the Eagles, man. It's that song. It got me. And then when I think about the Eagles, man, I just think about Travis Tritt.
The Eagles are kind of country.
The Eagles are pretty country.
Pretty country.
The Eagles are the Tequila Sunrise of country music.
Ooh, Tequila Sunrise is Don Henley. All right, I think this next one might be pretty easy. Number 4, Pina Colada. I mean, it's got to be one of them folks. It's got to be like folks that sing all them songs about being on the beach with their feet and the toes in the sand, and it's got to be like Zach Brown or
Zach Brown, yeah.
We already did Kenny Chesney,
the aforementioned Kenny Chesney, yeah.
Or also Pina Colada is Burt Byler.
Little Jimmy Dickens. Sad day, I said, little Jimmy Dickens. Let's give Pina Colada to little Jimmy Dickens.
Little Jimmy Dickens definitely gets the
little
Pina
Jimmy
Colada.
Dickens.
What was he, 4'11"?
4'11", little Jimmy Dickens.
Getting down to the top 3. It's about to get serious, everybody. Number 3 is an old-fashioned.
Of course, old-fashioned, experienced a renaissance during the Mad Men era on television. And so many people were watching King of Handsome Douchebags, Don Draper, kick these back with reckless abandon. It's a whiskey, a little bit of simple syrup, a fruit garnish, usually orange and a cherry, and then a little bit of bitters.
So we got a lot on this one. We got Prine. We got George Strait, Chuck Diesel, Stapleton, George M.F. Strait, Johnny Cash. I'm seeing a lot of Prine. I'm seeing most. I got 3 people who wrote Prine.
Yeah.
Jason Isbell.
Prine is the OG. You know what I mean?
Guy Clark.
He's not bad.
Who you got? Who you got?
I would not say Chuck Diesel, because Chuck Diesel likes his Heaven Hill whiskey with nothing but a little bit of ice on it. I quit drinking old fashions a while back because just by the time I'd had my fill of sugar, I was only 1 drink deep.
All right, so are you agreeing with John Prime for the old fashioned?
I do not. I think that John Prine would be a vodka and ginger ale for obvious reasons.
It's also
I'm going to say George Strait.
George Strait.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think it's George Strait. George M.F. Strait.
All right.
Which stands for Meritage Francois.
2 more to go. Number 2. A Bloody Mary.
The undisputed king of the morning drinks.
Now, you being the self-proclaimed brunch god, who y'all got?
I would say that the Bloody Mary is Willie Nelson. It's a morning drink. That's who I think the Bloody Mary is. And doesn't he have a Bloody Mary morning? Isn't that a song that Willie Nelson has? Something about a Bloody Mary on a plane or something?
Does it?
Some Toby Keith, some Johnny Cash.
All right, so now you've seen all of the drinks. What do you think number 1 is, knowing what you now know?
I think number 1's got to be a margarita. It's got to be a margarita.
What y'all think, chat? What do you think the number 1 drink in America is, according to this website that I just picked off of Google? You think a margarita is the number 1 drink?
Or a vodka cranberry, maybe. Who knows? Jaeger bombs, baby. Jaeger bombs.
Fireball.
Number 1 drink. Fireball whiskey.
Fireball. It's bourbon.
It's just bourbon.
It's just bourbon.
Jack Daniels was by itself. Not sour mash, but Jack Daniels. But all of bourbon is a thing.
Bourbon is the number 1 American alcoholic drink.
Yeah. I give that to either Tyler Childers or Ronnie Simpson or
Sturgill.
Chuck Diesel. We got T.C. Sturgill, T.C. Pappy Van Winkle. Maybe so. Coulter. Well, I did say Bullet Bourbon earlier for Coulter.
You did. All right. So who's your final say? Who gets bourbon?
That's a tough one, huh? That's tough. I want to say, if we're just going to say bourbon, I'm going to say Tyler Childers. I'm going to say, if I were to pick somebody to represent bourbon, I'm going to give it to Tyler Childers. Only because pills aren't on the list.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have defined the top 10 alcoholic drinks in America and connected them to their correct songwriters. Where did we get it wrong? AKA, where did Chuck Diesel get it wrong? Please light him up in the comments. Let him know how wrong he is on so many things.
I'm only wrong about all of my decisions.